What we got here is a comparison of different types of salts. So this is a study out of Australia from back in 2018. And all they were doing here is comparing what kind of minerals and stuff come along with different types of salt. So you can see right here at the top, you have your iodized white table salt, and then it works its way down, and we work through different types of Himalayan salts, pink salts, very similar ones. We even have some ones called Salty Flakes Naturally Pink. You have a bunch of different brands that are available in Australia, which this is just kind of seeing in general what the comparison of all these different things is. Now, this is off the NCBI website. You can go look it up yourself. It's an analysis of mineral compositions of pink salt available in Australia. Super simple find. So what we're going to start with here is we're going to look at what this is kind of looking like for iodized white table salt. So we see here calcium, 393, not really that great. Copper, okay. Iron, 0. Chromium, 0. Magnesium, we have 83.94. Manganese, 0. Molybdenum, 0.04. Don't really see a whole ton of that in anything here. Phosphorus, in our first one here, we have quite a little bit, but not too much. Potassium, woof, that's kind of really low compared to a lot of the other ones here. We're seeing very, very small amount. And then we look at sodium, and wham bam, here we are, highest one on the list, I believe, if I did the math right. I believe that our iodized salt is the highest in sodium here. So all of your pink salts here generally have less sodium in them and more of the important stuff. So this is something that we want to look at as well, where people just start cutting salt out of their diets, and this is kind of a very dumb thing to do. I'd advise more so finding a more useful salt, because you literally can't live without salt. Now, we look at our pink salts here, and we're seeing differences in the thousands, very much the thousands of milligrams per kilogram, just in the difference from our iodized to our first pink Himalayan salt. We see right here, we see calcium 393 to 1799. Huge difference. Iron, huge difference. We got 44 milligrams, 20 milligrams, where we have 0 in the other one. Magnesium, huge, thousands of milligram difference. Huge jumps. You can kind of see here, and you can see the numbers. It's just kind of using the iodized white table salt, and it's going to cause issues because you're getting just mostly sodium. You're not getting many of the other things that we actually need in our diet, etc. Whereas here, now you're actually starting to create a better electrolyte panel coming in. You have a lot more of the proper things that actually work for muscle function and work for brain function and aid digestion and aid hydration and make your body's systems actually work proper, especially if you're a big caffeine junkie or a stimulant junkie. Me, myself, I'm a big coffee drinker. So this is actually where I first started figuring out the whole different types of salts thing, because I always struggled with hydration issues, which also caused a lot of mental fog and a lot of mental issues just trying to process things. If you're consistently always dehydrated, your body's just not going to work very well. All right, now I'm not going to get too nutso on this. I just want you guys to all see this. I wanted everyone to see this as well. I also wanted to note this, that ladies, this is a very big change that you can make in your diet. That's a very simple adjustment, because if you look here, we see standardly a lot of women tend to be anemic. What do we have here? Iron, 0. What are the iron levels on all of your other ones except for a handful? Maybe that one right there we don't want to touch. Maybe that one there's not so great, I'm using. But we have all of these good things here that comes in your pink salt. You have magnesium, potassium. There's a little bit of the sodium, which is still important. But if that's the primary nutrient or primary mineral that's coming in, this is going to just cause water retention and lots of other things to go awry. So, like I said, not going to go too nuts into this, but this is what we got. Take a look. Let me know what you think. Hope it's useful.